Hey everyone, if I told you I wasn't extremely excited and happy right now, I'd be lying to you. But on the other hand, it's been one of the most heartbreaking and devastating weeks of our life. And not always do I share videos for you, but sometimes I've found that I share them for me and for my posterity to document how I'm feeling and things that I really feel and know. But I've got to tell you some things going on. Many of you know Blake's getting home today. So what's not to be just so thrilled about? We're so proud of him and for his 2 years of service. And we are just so excited that he will be home. He'll sleep in his own bed tonight. And we are beyond excited. But it's been a devastating and just heartbreaking week. And I feel like I need to tell you a little bit about what's going on. And I don't even hardly know where to start, but it's just made me think a lot about life and about mortality and about God's plan. You know, a lot of people don't believe in God, or they don't believe there's a purpose. I, for one, not only believe but know that God does have a plan and that there is purpose. And so let me tell you some things going on. And again, I don't want this to be just a heartbreaking time because it's such a joyful and an awesome time. But our little baby horse, the one that we were struggling to know what to name her, I actually named her Oreo at the last minute because something happened. She just was not acting right, and she lost her desire to eat. She acted like there was some pain in her jaw. She was moving her mouth all the time. Something was not right. We tried everything. We took her to the vet. We tried electrolytes. We tried bottle feeding her. We tried everything, and we didn't video that. We were hoping she'd bounce back, and honestly, it's just been a crazy week. And we lost, so I was gonna tell you, when I went to the vet, they said, "What's her name?" And I said, Oreo. And so little Oreo passed away. And so that was devastating and heartbreaking, but doesn't even compare with what else happened this week. My oldest son, Bryson's best friend in high school, his name was Landon. And Bryson had some good friends, but not just a friend that he had clicked with, as far as just that best friend that everyone desires. And as parents, we actually had prayed, Heavenly Father, please send a friend to our little town. Well, Landon and his sisters, was the only boy, sorry, there's a fly, but they moved to town, and he and Bryson became best of friends. And later, Landon even dated our daughter Kaylee and wrote her during his mission. And he spent a lot of time in our house, and just a great young man. Well, he and his wife were killed in a plane accident this week. Landon had wanted to be a pilot, and something happened with the plane, and he and his wife and a dad and 3 sons, all from the Gila Valley in southeastern Arizona, passed away. They wrecked 3 miles off the coast of San Diego. If you Google it, you'll see all kinds of information. But losing little Oreo was devastating, but doesn't even compare to losing someone that's been like a son to us and a best friend to my kids, and then his dear wife. And they left 2 kids, I think a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, or just coming 4 and just coming 2. And we know both sides of the family. We know Landon's family, and we know Torrie, his wife's family. We don't know the Bingham family, but my family does, because my family lives in the Gila Valley. And so it's just been amazing to think at a time we're so excited and so joyful and so happy, and yet we're feeling so much pain and hurt. We'll show you just us taking a little Oreo to the vet for a few minutes, and just a little tribute to that little horse. And the vet, Dr. Reedhead, didn't know what was going on. I don't think we'll ever know. She was thriving, and then something happened. I wonder if she got a spider bite, a scorpion, something, because neurologically she would just walk around the pasture with her head kind of hanging, but there was no abrasions, swelling, just a very low fever. We put her on antibiotic. We gave her electrolytes, and tried to bottle feed her, but none of that helped. But it's just caused me to think a lot about mortality and about why we're here, and why can you experience such joy and such pain at the same moment. And it's just what I want my posterity to know, is that God does have a plan. And some people say, if there's a loving God, how could he allow these things to happen? Well, a loving God doesn't want us just to exist and endure. He wants us to become. And the reason we're here in mortality is to become more like our Father in heaven and his Son, Jesus Christ. And we learn to become through hardships. And we need to experience joy and pain. And this has been a painful week. But tonight, as we welcome Blake home, it'll be the most joyous time ever. And it's okay. It's okay to feel both things at once. And we're not gonna let our pain take away from our joy, but we're also gonna embrace that pain and learn from it. We're gonna try to serve and love and do what we can for those that have passed and their families. Hopefully we'll be more sensitive and cognizant of people's challenges. And a leader in our church recently gave a talk entitled "Mortality Works," meaning all the pains and hardships and things we go through, if we could see with an eternal perspective, we would see that mortality worked, that the pains and sorrows and sadnesses and sicknesses that we've experienced in this life helped us to become what God intended for us to become, so that we can one day return to him and be more like him. Guys, I apologize a lot. I guess I shouldn't apologize. If you don't like what I'm saying, I'm sorry. But I want my posterity to know how I feel about joy and pain. And today is going to be a joyful, wonderful time. But it's been a painful week. And as much as we love that little pony, it doesn't even compare with the love you have for human beings that are like family. And so love you all. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy however Vicky puts this together. Vicky's amazing. The fact that she'll somehow put this together on the busiest day of our life is crazy. I've taken about 12 minutes probably to share my feelings. She's gonna somehow edit it and put it up today. And the next video will be Blake coming home. Love you all. Have a great day. And just think about that. Mortality does work. It makes us work, because it can be a killer sometimes, but it's also a joyful thing. And God intended for us to have joy. So have a great day, guys. God bless. So is it just penicillin, or?
I just get penicillin. Do you think you could get some at home too?
Awesome.
If we could do a couple days of that at home as well.
Perfect.
And then we'll just see what happens.
How many cc's?
I did 1.5.
And I do that twice a day or once a day?
Once a day.
Okay. And then the electrolytes?
Electrolytes, we'll get that for you. And then call me and let me know what she does when she gets home, if she can latch on.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Awesome. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Yeah, this is my horse trailer for the mini.
Okay. Do you have a halter or a
No.
dog leash for him?
She hasn't learned to lead yet.
I mean, we have a couple.
Oh, you're gonna in the shade? Well, perfect. All right, thank you. I'll do that. And you guys all recognize Kevin, the Pony Express extraordinaire.
Side character.
Yeah, that's right. There you go, baby. You're awesome, Sydney. Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully she gets better.
Yeah, I hope so. Hey guys, super worried about the little baby pony. We've had a lot of name suggestions and never really settled on one. So today, as I had to take her to the vet, they asked her name. I just quickly said Oreo. She's kind of black and white, and I know that was one suggestion. And so we're gonna call her Oreo. But for the past few days, she's just acted different, moving her mouth funny and stuff, and just did not make sense. I looked for any swelling or anything I could. Anyway, I looked for any swelling or whatever I could and didn't notice anything noticeable at all, but definitely just the way she was moving her mouth and her energy level, things would just look concerning to me. Dr. Reedhead was great to take a look at her, but really didn't have a great idea of what's going on. She was breathing heavily, but her temperature was only slightly elevated. So she sent me with some electrolyte, and we gave her not IV, but injectable antibiotic. And we're just hoping for the best. We really don't know what to do yet or from here, because it's not clear at all what's going on. So I'm just getting back to the house now. Vicky's running out. She'll hop in and video as I unload the baby, and hopefully it will nurse. I did not take her with her mom Chocolate, just because I knew Chocolate would be pretty. You can hop in. I told them you're hopping in.
Sounds good.
So I didn't take Chocolate with us because I knew Chocolate would be upset. I just took little Oreo by herself, and now we're getting back to the farm, so we'll unload her and praying for the best. It's hard to know when you don't know what's going on, but antibiotic and electrolyte is what we're going to try for now, and hopefully see an improvement. So let's go unload her.
That's amazing that you just took it in that carrier.
It was perfect, actually, but Dr. Reedhead was awesome. The sad thing is we really don't have a clear prognosis. Is that the word? Come on, baby. I'm gonna tie this.
Oh, I hope little Oreo is gonna be okay. It makes me sad.
Come here, baby. There's your mama. There's your mama. So I sure hope she goes right to nursing, darn it. So See, that's worrisome that she's not nursing.
Yeah, that's very worrisome. Dang it, what do you think?
I don't know. I wonder if we should. Try a little bottle. I mean, it was nursing fine. And then Dr. Reed had asked me if it was nursing now, and I said, well, I haven't seen it recently, but I haven't been around it a whole lot because I've been away to meetings and stuff. So I really hoped when I put her back in with her mom, she would want to nurse.
Maybe go put her right there by the mom. See.